late, but like Eric always says, if we show up, we're on time. It's a miracle today, guys. I really thought today was going to not go so well. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me? I'll just wait to see. Eric, can you hear me? Oh, there's a commercial. Can everybody hear me? I'll just wait a minute. All right, good. Okay, guys, we are here. I don't know if I was supposed to click that. Okay, perfect. All right, what is going up, you guys? It's Friday. It's Friday. TG. Hello. How is everybody doing? I'm so sorry I'm late. So, Mr. Bo, he's not feeling well. But then on top of it, he's been boycotting naps for a while. But now with him not feeling well, it's tenfold. It's even more. So, we got him. I had to rock him. If you guys saw what I was trying to do, I'm trying to put my eyelash on with my tweezers and rock him in the other. It was like a whole thing. I'm actually really proud of myself that I made it here. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys understanding. Thank you. I love this sweatshirt. I'm like, you know what? We're going to be relaxed today. I'm going to put on some comfy clothes and we're just going to hang out. So, thank you very much. I hope so too. Actually, Eric too. We did the whole, checking, testing. Everybody's like good. But I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this cold and flu season, like for my family, has been, it's the worst. I feel like, well, first of all, with a big family, it takes a month to cycle through one bug. And then by the time you're like, you let your hair down, you're like, we are all better. One of them brings a new bug home and then we do it all over again. So that's kind of like what we feel like we're doing right now. We get through one and then we have to plow through another one. But we're here, we're good, and we hope we're on the upswing of things. So I always let the chat kind of lead the way here. But I also want to talk schools a little bit and kind of tell you a little bit about our backstory. I feel like a lot in our emails lately, the trend has kind of been parents really feeling like they have all their ducks in a row. The stars are aligning for their dream life here down in Florida. But the one thing remains the same, and that is schools. Being very afraid to pull the trigger because of Florida's track, their, how do I want to say? I don't want to say track record, but their reputation that they get with the schools. So I hope with sharing our journey here with the Florida schools will help you feel a little bit better about yours. Yep, one kid sick. Yep, boom, the whole family. 100%. Ditto on the cold and flu. Yeah, it has been like, I'm in a lot of mommy groups, and I feel like that has been like the common post is, does anyone else feel like this cold and flu season is the worst? And I do. I feel like it is horrible. The few public schools I've looked at in Florida have uniforms. Is that standard for most? I don't want to say most, it's weird. Okay, so the first schools we went to here in Florida the first time around, yes, all the kids had to wear uniforms. And that's what we were seeing pretty standard in Davenport. And then now this time around, the little kids wear, in the elementary school, they wear uniforms, but Brody in the middle school does not have to wear uniforms. So I want to say I think it's pretty standard, but not. I think it really just kind of depends. I don't want you to think that everybody has to wear uniforms, but I don't want you to be surprised if you do. More so plan. To lie, I actually kind of dig the uniforms. I feel like it makes my job so much easier. in the morning for picking out all their clothes, because I'm the night before I lay everybody's clothes out, and I think it's like so much easier just to like have their uniforms and kind of lay them out, and it makes like my job easier. But I know kids, especially Brody's age, they like to express themselves through their clothing, so like I get that part of it too. The little Fallon, the littles and I have been sick off and on. Yes, since Thanksgiving. Same. I lost another rental today. The market, yes. I'm feeling a little heartbroken. Oh, that makes me so sad. I know. It's crazy. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think I've shared this once before, that we were like defeated here. Like, this time around coming here, I'm like there was moments where we're like, is this even going to happen? Are we going to be able to pull this off? I mean, the job fell into place. Everything else was falling into place, but we couldn't find the one most important thing, and that was a house. And I was terrified. I mean, it was up to the last minute, you guys. Like, we had things packed. We had our house packed, and we were still trying because like we'd think we have it. It's looking good. So we're like, okay. And then boom, there was already, how many more people in front of you, and they don't tell you that. They just take your money for the application, and then you like never hear from them again. So yes, it can be, but Cassandra, I just want you to stay positive, stay focused, and it will happen. It will fall into place. Everything will happen, and I believe that, but I 100% can relate to how you're feeling right now. We are originally from Arizona, 46th in the country for schools. California here is also in the bottom half of schools for my daughter, but looking for good ones. Okay. So, Hi, Jules. My day is going good. How are you? Thank you so much. The neighborhoods in Clermont will be putting your neighbors in Clermont will be putting their house up for rent. Oh, Fallon's got the inside scoop on one. That's good though. Share, you guys. That's honestly how that can help a lot of people, word of mouth like that. So thank you, Fallon, for that. So I want to talk about schools a little bit, and I'm going to kind of bear all with you guys, and I'm hoping that my story will help, because like I said, our emails have been like flooded lately, and a lot of it has been the schools. So I'm going to give you a little bit of my story, and I hope that it helps. So backstory on me, I am like not afraid to bear all with you guys. I'm a very open book, but I'm LD. So I grew up in the LD program. I've never not known what it's like to go through the school system without an IEP and things like that. And I'm okay with that because I've never not had anything different. And I never let it stop or pay, you know what I mean? Like, it's never defined me. I finished school, and then I was able to go on to college. And I owe that, I think, to my parents with the early intervention. And I had an amazing school growing up. They gave me all the tools that I needed to succeed. And it was great. I had a very supportive school system. And I'd say the one thing with my learning disability, and I won't even call it like being ashamed or anything like that. I just think any parents can attest to it, that the one thing you want for your children is to never, you don't want them to, I didn't want my kids to go down the road less traveled. I wanted my kids to take the highway, speed full ahead. I mean, like at the speed limit. I don't want them speeding or anything, but I wanted them just straightforward, not having any detours or anything. I didn't want them to have to go through as many, stop and goes and, speed bumps that I had to go through. I think that was the one thing that I just prayed with my disability that would never happen. So when I became a mom and I had Brody, and he was like flying down the highway as fast as can be, way too quick for his britches, and the road was just smooth for him. So I'm like, awesome. Like, here we are. He's doing it. He's driving his own car, and he's doing great. And then we had Miles, and Miles kind of took that same road. He kind of followed Brody's direction, and he's cruising his road too. And then Eric and I walked with Maverick, and as we're kind of driving along, started to notice some landmarks, some roads that looked a little familiar, all too familiar. And I was like, okay, I feel like I've been down this road, and I know it wasn't with the other boys. This is familiar. And I knew right away that we needed to act quickly. And I knew that Maverick was starting to have some troubles like I did. I knew this was familiar. And the one thing I will never not do is advocate for my kids. I will learn from my parents, that early intervention is the key, and getting them into a good school system. That was going to be number one. And when we started to notice these things with Maverick, we were here. And I think that first time around, for most of you know, our experience with the Florida School District the first time we were here was not great. And Eric and I and Maverick traveled down that road for probably the whole time in the dark. We didn't have a GPS. We had nothing. We were stranded on this highway, not knowing if we're driving straight, driving sideways, which way. And Eric and I, for never lack of trying, we tried very hard to get our headlights to turn on, a compass, anything. We just needed help for Maverick. And we just didn't get it. The school system, I don't want to say let us down, but it let Maverick down when we were here. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to tell you guys that it's all rainbows here and you're going to just land at that first school and everything's going to be great. And maybe for some of you, a lot of you, it will. But it didn't for us. And then we kept plugging away. And then Maverick didn't want to go anymore. He was done. He was done. He just wanted to stay put. He didn't want to keep driving, and that devastated me. But then everybody kind of knows we had to head back home to Wisconsin to have Bo and our reasons. Well, with heading back, Maverick was heading back to a school that he was at. He was heading back to my school, where I went to school, where I got help. And a lot of the same teachers that helped me were there to help him. And that's exactly what happened. We were back on the road. When we went back to Wisconsin, we were full steam ahead. Maverick knew right where we were going. He took the wheel. He started driving, and there was a lot of improvement. He was making leaps and bounds with his reading. He was loving school. It was great. It was awesome. And then, I know, Eric, I know it's a lot of car analogies, but I was like, how can I explain this so they can get a visual on how I'm talking about and how important this is for people to understand that you're not alone with this school system here. And I truly, truly understand what you're going through. But anyway, so then Maverick's cruising. He's on cruise control. We're going. And then all of a sudden, all the feelings came back from everybody about missing Florida. And I'm not going to lie to you when I tell you that was almost a deal breaker. It was almost a deal breaker for us to not come back, because like heck was I going to send Maverick back on that highway with no headlights and not knowing a direction. I was terrified. But I will tell you, for the first time in my adult life, with a life-changing decision, I made a decision with my heart and not my head. And I've never done that. Anyone who knows me, Amanda's in here, I think we can all attest that I am an overthinker, and I don't make decisions that both of these are not lining up with each other. I don't. So we did though. Maverick, Eric, and me, we held hands, we closed our eyes, and we jumped. And when we landed, we opened our eyes, and Maverick was still on the road. Maverick was still driving. All of his stuff was there. His GPS was working, and we were still cruising because we did things differently this time, you guys. We called the school ahead of time. I explained my story to them. I told them I wasn't going to do this again. I needed to make sure. I got into parent groups ahead of time. I scoped out the school. I talked to other families that have children that need extra support in the classroom. We did our due diligence that way. And yeah, can still roadblocks happen even though you're doing your research? Yeah, it can. But I think when you know where you're driving and at least you have some sort of, destination somewhere on your map and you know what to expect when you get there, it made it a lot easier. And I want you to rest assured that we've been on both sides of it. We've been in the dark here. We've been moving nowhere with the schools. And now we're cruising, and it can happen. And you can find those schools that are going to be great. For the first time, I've really, in back home, Maverick was learning to love school. He really was. But here, it's just different. He's confident. He's happy. I mean, he comes home every day and he's talking and he has great days and he feels smart. I mean, he literally yesterday told me in the car, he's like, I feel so much smarter, Mom, than I did last year. And like, that just like makes my heart just explode for him. And it can happen. This school has been amazing. I mean, there was no, bumps or stops or any. I mean, we immediately got there and they held out their hand to us and they hopped right in and we're all cruising on this road together and they have Maverick's back and it can be done. And I felt it was so important to share that because I do feel like I know exactly where you guys were at. And I know it's scary. It's scary to venture through new roads and things like that. And but I wanted to share that because it's right here, honey. Right there. I think it's important so that people know that you're not alone. You're not alone and you can be successful here in Florida. I don't want people to take the reputation of Florida and some schools and lump it into one and say, that's it. You can't move here till you're retired and your children have been successful in another school district because that's it. Florida's horrible and there's no education system here. That is not true. That's not true. And Maverick is living proof of that. And he's doing great, guys. And I know that it can be the same for everyone else. And I'm not saying that you're going to come here and you're not going to have anything and you're not going to have to maybe advocate a little bit and maybe you won't. But I think that's like anywhere. There's good schools in California. There's not so good, schools in California. Arizona, not, it's really anywhere. And I just hope that maybe, telling you that story will help you, reassure you. That's all. So thank you. That was fun. I'm a little car sick with all the car analogies, but we made it through. And yeah, I appreciate you guys letting me tell my story. Not that I can hear anyone trying to stop me. You were getting it whether you liked it or not. But yeah, so I hope that helps. And, I think it's scary when it comes to kids. It's just, I always had that feeling, especially coming back here, like, oh my gosh, like, what if we make a big mistake and Maverick's out there again, and it's a terrifying feeling, but I can't explain it. I just let my heart lead this time, and I'm so grateful that I did that, because if I didn't, I think I'd still be sitting there in my head, and yeah. So sometimes you just gotta jump, and I'm glad we did, and we're here for you. And if you guys, ever need any more help, but you need to reach out to groups and you need to talk to other parents, whatever your situation is. If you've got an advanced child, you've got a child who needs a little bit of extra need, I think it's important to get in those groups. That's why everybody's there. They're not a part of a group to just not help anybody. That's not what they're there for. So get in the groups, talk to other parents, and I'm telling you, it is a huge help. And if anyone, needs anything more from me or Eric, you know where to find us. But yes, Eric, does anybody have any more school questions that I can help with? Your personal stories of the feelings when you were packing, driving, finding a house, your thoughts of should I do this? Are you asking me about those? Like, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. My feelings about should I do this were a little less this time. And I think it was it was more so focused on Maverick this time. Like, oh my goodness, like, I just want to do right by him. He needs me. I'm his mom. What if I make the wrong decision? And what if we have to start all over again? But I think it was more so that and less so of anything else. I really, like I said, I led with my heart, and I just knew this time. But the first time going into it, 100%. Oh my gosh. I mean, all the way up to the border. I mean, it's like, are we seriously doing this? You know, you're going to have those. That's completely normal. 100%. I asked a couple before we went live. Okay. Do the schools around you fill up? Will I be forced to send my kids to school closest to me? I'm scared of being stuck with a credit. Okay. So yes, the schools, they do fill up. I think the ones like that are in your zone, they do all the zone stuff. So if you're in the zone, you're automatically, you know, in this public one or whatever. But then they do have public charter schools around you too. That a lot of the public ones, like, it's pretty simple to get into. And then there's some that are not, that the waiting list is astronomical, months, years, it's crazy. So I don't want to say that you're going to be forced into a credit school, but you definitely need to do your research ahead of time, call ahead, see what the recommendations are to each school. And, you know, the zone schools aren't always bad. My children are in their zone schools, and it's amazing. Like, so it's not, but then the first time around, they had to go to the zone school, and they lasted 2 weeks. So I think it all depends on your location. Where you're located, where you're heading. But yeah, schools. But the thing about Florida is they're popping up everywhere. And they're doing that because of the overabundance of kids. And they're trying to stop, like, they're trying to spread the schools up. Yes, honey.
Remember the person I got there one day yesterday?
Yes, I remember.
She even made a game. I literally saw it on my tablet.
Oh my goodness. Well, that is not nice. You should go tell her that's not nice. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so do your research ahead of time. And Eric always says, don't always rule out the public zone schools. And you can't always just go on the ratings either, because 9 times out of 10, a lot of people that take the time to do a rating is because they're upset. Yeah, Eric Sully's he is really upset with this girl in his game. It's not even a real girl, but he thinks like she's like out to get him. So anyways, okay. Yes, are your kids in public school or charter? Okay, so the first time around they were in charter, and now they're in public. They were in a public charter, but now they're in public. And we love it. So are masks required at school or optional? So I can't speak for all Florida schools, but in my area and the surrounding areas, it's optional. We have an honor student and are little in speech. We also have found great doctors here. Yeah, Fallon, like 100%. I mean, kind of both ends of the spectrum. I mean, obviously, we had to think about Brody as well, you know, making the trip back as well, because Brody is an honor student and takes, you know, where he was in Wisconsin, he was already getting ready, gear up to take high school classes. So, and he's only in 8th grade. So we needed to make sure that we needed to have the tools and things here for, you know, the other end of the spectrum as well, with Brody needing to be more challenged. So, and you can find both of that. Brody's having really awesome opportunities here, academically wise, and that he wouldn't have had in Wisconsin. So believe that or not, guys, like Brody has a lot of opportunities here that he didn't have in Wisconsin, and he comes from the school that my kids were at were A-rated public schools in Wisconsin. They were always making different news articles and things like that for the educational system. It's a very well-known school that they're from. We were very fortunate to be a part of an amazing, amazing school district in Wisconsin. But he is making leaps and bounds here. And there are so many awesome programs that weren't available to him in Wisconsin. So guys, you have to think about that. Everybody puts this Florida and just says, oh, I'm going to go there. My kids are going to be in a crappy school and I'm going to make less money. And we're here to test, like, to show you that's not a one size fit all. Eric's actually making more money here than he did in Wisconsin. My kids are succeeding just as much as they did academically than they, like they did in Wisconsin. They did great in Wisconsin academically, and they're getting that here, and they're getting their needs met here too. So it can happen. It's not just this Florida, I'm going to be poor and my kids aren't going to be educated. That's not true. That's not true. Some of you, your journey might look a little different, and you may have to go some speed bumps along the way, like I did and like my family did, and maybe you won't, So just hang in there. Everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be great. My wife is a teacher. She was wondering your thoughts on teachers' pay. The internet is tough to find real numbers. Yeah. Eric. Oh, Eric. Boom. I know I keep you around. I mean, I knew it, That's one I led with my head. I led with my head on that one. I'm just kidding. Thank you, though, for having my back with that one. I was going to say, I thought the teacher's pay went up. I'm pretty sure it went up when the year we headed back to Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure teacher's pay went up. Good afternoon, Lindsey. Good afternoon, Adam. Oh, and Eric. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. I'm having a fun time up in Michigan sledding around on these back roads. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I have not went sledding in so long. Can't say I miss it all too much. I mean, maybe I miss sledding. But I'll just go to Snowcat Ridge and sled, get my sledding done, and winter sports when it's 80 degrees out, and still kind of get that fun. But that's awesome, Adam. That is really awesome. We just moved to Tampa from up north. My son had an IEP, and the schools he is on honor the IEP, but we are so impressed with the kids here in Tampa with this. They are striving here and having great success so far. Yeah. Yes. Like that. Andrew, thank you so much for sharing that story. That is great. I mean, yeah, I'm an IEP kid, so I've never known what it's like to not have an IEP. I have had an IEP since I was in first grade. So that is wonderful to hear that. We're kind of, navigating that ourselves right now. And that's awesome. And it can be successful. And I wanted to talk too about kids in school, because when we kind of figured things out with Maverick and knew that he was going to need the extra support in the classrooms. I know when I was growing up, I don't know if anyone else in there has been an IEP kid in the times that we grew up. Kids were not super nice. But everybody that knows me knows I like a good icebreaker. So anytime that I had to get up, because I could always, like for my core classes, math, reading, English, all that, I could start the lesson in regular ed with my peers. And then they'd make us get up, the ones that needed to go and do it in a different classroom. We'd listen to instructions, and then we'd get up and we'd leave. And there was always that kid, kid that had to say things about the kids leaving that needed the extra support. But you know me, I can't pass up and let somebody crack a joke about me. I'll be darned, I'm going to do that first. So I always led with a good icebreaker, and I would always announce my departure before they had a chance to, announce me leaving. So I talked to Brody because I kind of wanted to know Brody's thoughts on what Maverick has to look, what does kind of things look now? It's been a while since I've been in school. So he said his experience with, kids that need the extra help, that kids, I would tell him stories of like what kids would say. And he's like, Mom, they don't do that. Like kids don't do that. Like we don't do, I don't know why. What does it say, Eric? Can you check my battery? They don't do that. Kids are a lot better about that stuff. So I really hope, I don't know if you can help Adam. Like, do you know with your kids, do they talk about that? Like, if kids good? I really hope so. I know this generation we've got, it's interesting. But if they can really work through that and be awesome and graceful with that, that would really set my mind at ease with Maverick, knowing that we've come leaps and bounds with their peers that way, with being more respectful. So Adam, I don't know if you're willing to share, if you're comfortable to share. If you're not, no worries. Florida 5. Are there a lot of swim teams options for kids? I have a water yeah, they do. And what's really cool, what I've seen with a lot of the swim teams, is it's outside. How cool is that? I watch a couple mom vloggers here. One is up in St. Augustine and one is south. And their kids swim. And they do like swim meets and it's outside. How cool is that? My battery's at 32 already. Time flies. What do I do, Eric? I need a new phone, guys. So hit that like button so that Eric gets me a new phone. Because remember, that was like the whole deal. He was going to get me a new phone. Because my phone just dies. It just dies. And it's not fun. Stephanie, we are setting a goal to be in Florida in November. But I know it will still cause family drama around the holidays. With you on that. We left on Thanksgiving. Did you have people upset with you and your timing on the move? I would not say upset, like mad. They were sad. Just not understanding. I wouldn't say not understanding. They totally understood Eric's situation with the job and the deadline with needing to be here. But it was more like, really, why? Like, you can't wait till after the holidays. You're literally leaving on Thanksgiving. Like, so it was just more sad. It was more sad. Not mad. But I can see kind of like where people, not everybody knows how many holidays that we're going to be blessed to have. And holidays in my family are extremely important because we are always all there. Aunts, uncles, extended family, we are always together on the holidays. That's the way that it is. So holidays are important to us because, like I said, we don't know how many we're here to be blessed with, or if someone else, how many someone else has. So holidays are extremely important to my family. But it wasn't like mad. It was just more sad. But holidays can be touchy. Definitely can be touchy. So, let it ride. Okay, guys. So if my phone dies or it just abruptly stops, it's because my phone died. Do you know if there is a need for substitute? Yes. Substitute teachers. That I can say without a doubt. Yes. You will probably have schools knocking down your door wanting you. Yeah, I would not worry about that at all. That's nice that you have close-knit family at EQ. How common that is. Oh yeah, like we are a very, very close family. Yeah, we are extremely close. We all kind of band together when somebody needs it. Yeah, I just grew up that way. That was my first friends were my cousins, and that's just kind of the way we've always been. So yes, I'm very blessed to have that. Get this woman a new phone. Rebel. Like, yeah. I love that name by the way, Rebel Heart Mermaid. Oh my gosh, mermaid. That's like my spirit animal right there. It's a little bit of sweet, but a little bit of like rock and roll in there. That's my jam. We are thinking of moving to Florida. We are from I just have a question about security. Are the schools safe in general for kids, most especially from bullies, harassment, etc.? Okay, so I will tell you, again, I can only speak on the schools that I've attended with my children. But I will tell you that it is a rigmarole. Like I'm saying, like trying, and I love it. Like I do not mind it. I'm not complaining. But even trying to get your child, like the pickup lines, I'm checked twice in the carpool line to pick up the little kids. So before I can even pull into the parking lot, there are teachers like outside of the parking lot. They check you. You need to keep your ID on you, and you also need to have a school badge car rider thing. They're gonna match it up, and then when you come in again, right when you get to see your kids up on the line, they check you again. And then the teachers put the children in the car for you. And then if you're leaving early, like if you have to pick a kid up early, it doesn't matter if they even know you, they will not release your child to you unless you have your ID, you need to show. And I think this school takes your picture. I think the little kids school, I could be wrong, but I think you stand back and they take your picture. And then, so they match everything. Oh, thanks. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Towards a phone fund. Keep up the great work all the time. Greatly appreciated. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So for that, for security reasons, like they don't even make it easy. Like even at the middle school, it's pretty standard carpool when you drop off, but when you pick up, it's the same thing. Like, even if they know you, it does not matter. They will not budge on it. They will make you show your ID. You have to do like a bunch of things to even get the kids out early. So I feel like they do really, really well on trying to keep that. Now, my kids also have police officers in school all times. So I want to say Brody thinks the middle school has 2 on site, and then I think the little kids do too. I know they have one for sure that stays there all day, and he's in the school and he's active in the school in the classrooms and things like that. So I like that. Bullying and stuff like that, I can't attest to that. I can't tell you that there is absolutely no bullying and harassment that goes on in schools. I don't think it's just Florida in general. I think unfortunately, you're going to see that across the country. And I wish we wouldn't, but I think you do. But my kids have never come home and said anything. Actually, quite the opposite. My kids have had really good experiences with kids here. Even at the schools that we first went to, that I didn't feel, were very helpful in the sense of helping me, helping Eric and I with Maverick. But my kids have always said that they have felt very welcomed here by kids, both at schools and at after school programs, whether it be soccer, gymnastics, cheerleading. Lucy had her great little kids that she would do, all the little girls that she'd go to cheer competitions with, Brody with baseball, Maverick with baseball, football. We have, knock on wood, because I'm very superstitious that way, we have had really, really good experiences with kids. Not to say, though, that there is not bullies, because I think that's everywhere. Oh, Quackenbush! Thank you so much. Phone fun. Come on, Eric. You got your Blackstone. Oh, my gosh. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together there. He did get his Blackstone, didn't he? That's right. He did. So where's my phone? Oh, Wendy Bird. Thank you so much, phone fun. Oh, you guys are the best. You guys are so sweet. That's much appreciated. You do not. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Eric, yeah, Quack, yeah. You got your, you know what? I'm usually pretty witty. Like I usually catch on to that stuff, and I didn't even think about that. You got your Blackstone. You got all the fun things that go with your Blackstone. So now I need a phone, but I need accessories too. Eric, I need like cute little cases. Like you have cute little like burger flippers and cute little different spices that you use on there and oils. So now I'm going to need like a phone case. Eric, you're going to need to get me like, I don't know, a cute little phone purse. No, I'm just kidding. I don't need any of that, but I do need a new phone. Eric, can you tell me what my battery is at? Because I don't know how to tell without clicking out, and I don't want to do that. Okay. Do you ever go thrifting? How's the thrift scene in your area? I haven't. Okay, so I'm a thrifter. I'm a good bargain dealer. But I haven't been, like, me physically yet. I have not done any thrifting. However, my mom does when she comes here. She does it with like decorations. Like Florida has a lot of like thrifty like furniture decoration stores, and my mom literally drove all the way down here to get a table from Wisconsin just to get the table in like one of those thrifty stores, and drove all the way home. She did it in like 3 days, all the way down here from Wisconsin to get a table from one. Like, so she knows that jam, and she has been telling me to get on that. So I'm excited. I need to do that. All right, Eric, I lost it. The Blackstone was Lindsey. Oh, so that I can eat good? Yeah, really, Eric? We're going to do that. You have 27%. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, I'm going to try to get to as many questions as I can before my phone dies. You're good. Okay. My kids' school up north had more bullies and cliques, but here in Tampa, my kids made so many friends and were welcomed on the first day. And we have a retired cop security that, yes, Andrew, that's fantastic. Like, I honestly feel like I love where I come from. Like, I love my little town. It's one of those towns that if you ever leave and you go back and it feels different, you change, not the town. And that's what I love about my little town. You know, it's the same. And I know what to expect going there because nothing really changes. And that's awesome. And I love that. But that being said, there are some times where small towns, you know, everybody kind of knows each other, and which is an amazing thing. But it also, you know, kind of creates those cliquey. So I know what you're talking about, cliques. And, you know, I would agree my kids feel very, very welcomed by the kids. And even with like baseball and football, knock on wood yet, you know, my son's obviously heading up to the high school next year, and it could be a completely different story. But so far, our experiences with the sports here as well has been so welcoming. I mean, Brody pitches, Brody does shortstop. He does those main, you know, kind of where you can almost have a battle, you know, with kids. And it's not been like that here. Kids, and I wonder, Andrew, I wonder too, and I said this last live, that I wonder if these kids are just so good at being welcoming because they're just so used to it. Florida always has the coming and the going of kids, and so they're just used to it. We're a small town, you know, not a lot of in and outs. There's not a lot of kids coming and going so much. It's a lot of the same families, those families, and those kids at those kids. And, you know, it's a lot of the same generations of families, like the same last names, you know, kind of thing. So I wonder if kids just here, they adapted to it so easily, and they are so welcoming because they were once, you know, a new kid. I don't know. I don't know if they're just used to it or if it's just the sunshine that not only just makes the adults happy, but it makes the kids happy too. Whatever it is, I will take it. Moving to Clermont soon from PA. Can't wait. Awesome, Wendy Bird. I love that. Wendy Bird. It reminds me of Ozark. I don't know why. Wendy Bird. Oh, Duke. Phone fun. You guys are the sweetest people in the world. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much for that. You guys are very kind. I really appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Now I'm like sidetracked with, I just feel so blessed, you guys. You guys are so nice. Thank you so much. My son is also into baseball and football, and it's an event more than just a game. Yeah, I would agree with that. I know, Eric. Thank you guys. You guys are all so sweet. Just so you know, when I get off of here, I do cry when you guys are so kind. It's overwhelming. For those of you who really don't know me, like, I'm super shy. So, this is like 100%. Every time I do this, I am stepping out of my comfort zone. And I love it. And you guys help me through it. And you're helping me kind of push through my own, fears and things with that. And I just appreciate you guys being so warm and welcoming. And I just really appreciate it. True story about Lindsey crying. Yeah, Eric. Oh, I was full of bucket of tears yesterday. That was a fun day. You do great. Thanks for answering questions. Well, I appreciate that. I do. You guys have to understand too that like we help, like you guys say that we help you, which like I just love hearing that. Like it makes my heart just feel like super like it's going to explode. But you guys help us more than I feel that we help you. And I cannot appreciate it more. Like I owe you guys, because every time you guys come on here and you talk to us, like you guys are helping us too. Like you guys help us get, especially this with the first year, you guys got Eric and I through with helping you helped us. And I don't know if you understand what I mean. But you guys it's a very therapeutic feeling, and Eric and I are just very blessed to have this amazing community around us. It makes us not feel alone. And you guys are great. And we love each and every one of you. Hi, Jessica. I lost my spot. Hi, Lindsay. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, I can't see you, but I kind of see you in your little picture. Very cute. Do you know anything about Litha or Land O'Lakes? Eric or Wesley Chapel. Okay, so I don't know anything about the first one. We talk about Land O'Lakes a lot and Wesley Chapel. And I can tell you, and Eric, if you can have my back here, I believe Wesley Chapel, I believe those two places are like fabulous, but I know Wesley Chapel is. And if you just ask me more of a specific, maybe I could help you a little bit better. Misadventures. I made the mistake of joining a moving out of Florida group, and they had me so scared. You guys helped me and build my confidence to move. Oh, I love that. Now, my question is, Misadventures, because I kind of think I know where you were going with that. Were you trying to see the good and the bad with Florida with doing that? Like, were you trying to, because that makes sense if you were trying to do that. I totally get where you were going with that. Like, you're probably on a moving to Florida group and then also a moving out to kind of get both ends of the spectrum, which is smart. And I'm so sorry that they scared you. Totally not necessary to do that. But I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad your confidence is building back up, and we love having you. I'm not sure I would have the confidence to move to Florida without you two leading the way. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. That means so much. But you are a lot more confident than you know that you are. And I'm proof of that. I always was. That's why last week I talked about if you need the approval of every single person in your family, and you are one of those people that cannot make hard decisions without everybody being in your corner, and reassuring you that the decisions you're making for your own life is right, that maybe you need a little bit more time. And I didn't mean that by anything other than I was there. I was one of those girls that I couldn't make any decision unless I knew I had to be reassured. I had to be reassured all the time that I was doing the right thing. And I was never fully confident in myself and my decision making that I was doing was right. I never wanted to make the wrong decision. And then I kind of really self-reflect on, why do I need everybody else's? Is it because selfishly I don't want to own that decision myself and know that if I mess up and I make a mistake, it's solely on me because I'm the only one standing here driving my own car? Or is it because I just truly am scared and I don't have the confidence it takes to, or I felt I didn't have the confidence? And I'm telling you, moving away and moving across the country is one of the biggest decisions, that Eric and I have made as an adult married couple in our lives, and specifically in our journey. And I'm telling you how freeing that, to let all that other stuff go and for the first time make a decision like that, and just, I don't know, not needing everyone else to be like, you're doing it right. I didn't need that. I did this and I followed my heart and I listened, and it's very freeing. It's very freeing. And you are a lot tougher and a lot more confident than you're giving yourself. Anyways, yes, misadventures, looking at both sides of the spectrum, 100%. Like, that makes total sense. Like, I totally know where you were going with that. Moving out of Florida, Facebook groups are people that never did any research before moving there or moving here, or have a job lined up. Yeah, I mean, they're in there for their own journeys and reasons, but yeah, I 100%. They had I don't want to say failed, but just not what they planned experience. 19%. Oh my gosh. And they're just grumpy, and unfortunately, that's not the first time I've heard people say that they've went in that group for that reason and got super scared. Eric and I are always going to be super transparent with you. We're not always going to answer something maybe the way that you want to hear, but it's going to be transparent, and it's the good, the bad, and I hope that you just, not to be talked out of anything, not to scare, not to not to not anything, just to know what to expect and be transparent. And the only way we can do that is just to share the ups and the downs that that we went through, and just in that, hoping that you guys don't have to go through some of those bumps that Eric and I had to do, and can hopefully, telling our story can help pave your way a little bit easier. Is just what Eric and I really love doing. And we love hearing all the stories, and we love hearing people that made it down here and are doing super good, and their kids are happy and healthy. It's just an amazing feeling. So, but I wish those groups were more that way, like not just towards one way. I think in order for people to be really successful, they need to know both the ins, the outs of the good and the bad, because you just can't all have bad, and you just can't have all good. I mean, that's not realistic. So, okay. Hi, Lindsey. I love your channel. Do you prefer the Clermont area next to the middle high school, or if I buy in the Clermont next to Davenport Airbnb, is it family as well? Is it family friendly? I love all of Clermont. Kind of have a little bit of an obsession with Clermont going on right now. I really need to cool it a little bit, I think, but I love it here. But I would say in the areas that are going to have more Airbnbs and short-term rentals, if you're looking to have a family-friendly, long-term people, and have neighbors that don't leave all the time, and have steady neighbors and things like that. I don't know if you have, I think you do have kids. I think, is that what I saw? I lost you already. I would go more into towards the schools and stuff, if that were me, but I don't know what you're looking for. So if you could be a little bit more, kind of give me more detail. Misadventures. I'm a single mom and always terrified of making the wrong decision. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know what it's like. You are so strong to be a single parent, and I take my hat off to you, because girl, I don't know how you can do it. Wow, that is good for you, and that is amazing. And yeah, even me and Eric having each other, I am always terrified. I never want, it's one thing to make a mistake and it's just you, okay, that you got to clean up your own mess there. It's another when it's I'm in charge of 6 little human beings, and they are my world, and I could not imagine making a decision that was wrong for them. So that's a little hard. But you just got to trust your gut as a parent. Sometimes in knowing what's best for them, and follow that heart, and close your eyes and jump. that's my advice. Just close them and jump sometimes. That's what you got to do. But can you explain people's feelings towards Florida schools? Mike. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I feel like the consensus, a lot of what Eric and I hear is people are like terrified with the schools. And, but then you hear stories like Andrew's, and Fallon's always in here talking, and Amanda and Kyle and me. And I know Leon, and all that. And you hear such amazing stories. And those are the ones I prefer to focus on, but not hearing the other ones, because you need to hear both sides. You need to know what to expect, and you need to do your research. But yeah, I don't know why. I think the consensus a lot is what I hear a lot. Like a lot of the same things about the schools is that Florida's behind. And it's interesting to me because, one second, Eric, I'll get to that. I think it's weird because when we did the back and forth, okay, so we were here and I watched my kids' curriculum here. And then we went back to Wisconsin and I saw their curriculum there. And then when we headed back, and then with talking to my kids and seeing their feelings, they feel that the curriculum here is more ahead than where they were. So it's weird. I don't know. I don't know if everything's just based on test scores and maybe, kids aren't testing as well. I don't know. I don't know what it all goes on, or the numbers or whatever, but that's a lot what I hear is that the Floridas are behind. But Eric and I very much pay attention to our kids' like work that they get home. And I feel like the homework, even the homework Lucy brings home is like, it's like what Maverick was doing in Wisconsin. So I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to tell based, I don't know. I don't know if it just goes off test scores. I'm not sure. Okay. So Eric says, Lindsey, how can people, Sally Bear is coming. How can people support the channel? So there's a link in the description to no extra cost to you that when you are doing your Amazon shopping, you can click our link. Again, no extra cost to you when you're doing your shopping, and it helps support the channel, and it all goes back into equipment or help giving you our awesome videos that everybody loves so much. Yes, Sully Bear.
Can you give me ice cream?
You want ice cream? I can absolutely do that. Can you give me a couple of minutes to finish up this live, and you've got the biggest vanilla ice cream sundae coming your way. Is that cool? Best movie did for the experience my kids are having and ourselves. Yeah, 100%. Likes help and they are free. Yes, hit that like button for Sully's ice cream. If we get to, how many likes do we have? Is that 41 I see? If we get to 50 likes, Sully gets the biggest ice cream sundae. And you even get, do you want chocolate on it? No chocolate. Sprinkles?
Yeah.
Okay, hey, stay right there. You're in, okay. Well, tell them to hit the like button. Say, hit the like button. Oh, you're at 45. There's 60 people in here, and there's 45 likes. 40, I think 46. So, what do you love most about Clermont? Oh, let me count the ways, Shelby.
Just give me the biggest ice cream ever.
Okay, give me a second. Let me finish this live. I love everything. I love that you're in the middle of the flattest place ever, but there's hills everywhere. It's so pretty here. I love how much it reminds me like where we were located in Davenport. We were by a lot of short-term rentals. And I think that really did it in for us with the frustration level. But we searched for community feeling. We were used to having every parade, you know, like the town parade, working on the floor. It's like really small town feel. And doing like all of our townly things and stuff like that. And we were really searching for that when we first got here, that small hometown feel. And where we were located, I think was just, not that you can't have it in Davenport, because you totally can. I think it's just where we, you know, ended up was a little bit harder for us to get that. But here, I feel it. I feel a sense of community here. I feel so, even though it's big, Clermont is, you know, it's spread out. It's very spread out. I just feel like home. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a sense of community. It's beautiful. I just feel at home here, and it's so hard to explain. And the really big Targets don't hurt either. That kind of helps. The Targets are spot notch. Sounds so cute. Just give him the biggest ice cream. Oh, I'm going to. You are at 54. Oh my goodness. You are going to get such a big ice cream. I can't wait. What is someone needs a realtor in Florida? Where do they turn to? Silly. I mean, it's just crazy that you asked this question, Eric. Well, of course, you can turn to like one of the cutest realtors I know. Eric, you can reach out to us, and Eric can head you in the right direction with all your real estate needs. So if you're looking or you're having trouble, you can reach out to us, and Eric will point you in whatever. Oh, no. Sit down, buddy. In whatever direction that you need. So make sure you contact us if you are in need. I don't say that. It just doesn't come out. You say it so much better, Eric. You're like smoother. 45 degrees in New Jersey. New Jersey, like spring. Oh, that's nice. Hey, just wait, buddy. Hey, that's 50 ice cream. Oh, you get your ice cream. Where are we at? That's still at 54. Still at 54.
You said 50 likes at the
I know. I said you can have it at 50 likes. And you betcha, buddy. You are going to get it. Am I all caught up? Like, is that like how I do it?
Give me one.
Oh my gosh. Leanne. Phone fun. I get so much benefit for your videos, and I adore your personality and honesty. Keep it up. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. I really appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. Besides Clermont, are there any other towns that you think would be similar in that community feeling? Safer, not too many short-term rentals. Eric, would you say like Winter Garden, Winter Haven? Oh, no, careful, honey. Go under and wait nicely at the table, and mommy get you your sundae. I'd say Winter Garden, Winter Haven. Bless your heart. Yes, you can, honey. If you just, can you go up there and wait for me, and I'll be right there. There's lots of areas, but Winter Garden is beautiful. I love Winter Garden. I love St. Augustine, but you are going to get a lot of, like in town, you're going to get a lot of visitors there. But there's lots of little town. I was going to say Lakeland. Lakeland's very rural though. And it's like a little bit more spread out. But Winter Garden, Amanda, thank you. Windermere. There's a lot of really quaint areas other than Clermont. But I love Clermont. But there are lots of other, like I said, Winter Garden, like I love that. We used to have to go there a couple times a week when we lived in Davenport because the kids went to Gymnastics USA. Oh, and we would cruise around the town. Like, it is so, so nice there. So, yes. Shelby, yes. To the Targets, yes. Yes. It is tour, well, I don't know.
Getting my ice cream.
Eric, do you think Target's touristy? Do you think our Target that we go to is touristy? I feel like the one in Davenport was more touristy. I feel maybe not. I'm just usually head down on a mission. I go in there. I know exactly, like, it is like game on, and like I'm in my zone. So I don't really focus too much on like anyone else around me. I'm like, I've got a game plan. Nobody talk to me. And I'll see you in a couple hours. And it will be with things that I didn't even come in there for. So came here with no money, and my husband started his new job, waited a week, and we are finally making it 2 weeks later and just now having a good time finding a just not having a good time finding a place. Oh, Jamie, are you renting? Are you looking to buy? Tell me the lowdown. Maybe Eric can help you. I know he can. Eric, you can push her in the direction too with rentals, right? You have someone that will help you out. Sullivan and your bedhead. It's a lazy day over here. It's lazy Friday. Buddy, you got to give me a minute. I know, honey. Can you grab me one of those bowls in there and a spoon, and I will get you going. Rachel, thank you, Lindsay and Eric and Amanda. Of course, Amanda. She is always on it too. Her and Eric. I'm going to keep around. I'm gonna do it. I think they're worth keeping around. South Clermont. Oh my gosh, Sullivan. Okay, I'm just gonna keep my arm up like this. His little Sullivan. South Clermont stores are more touristy. North Clermont, not so much. Okay, so are we south or north? The one we go to. I hear Plant City is good community. Yes. One of my requirements for our new town was it has to have a Target. I've never lived with an... Oh, bless you have 45 minutes away from a Target? Oh my... You need to get here. You need to get here. Target has the most... Oh boy. Amazing... Oh, here we go. Amazing Target. Now I need a spoon, buddy. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm still like... I'm fathoming what I would do with myself 45 minutes away. Although, I would just have to have more time alone driving to my Target. But, oh my goodness, 45 minutes. Bless your heart. Plant City is more where you go for berries and baseball tournaments. I think it's a nice... I've heard good things about Plant City. But yeah, I think it is a little bit more rural. Andrew, I think you're right. The struggle is real. Oh my goodness, girl. I just want to give you a hug. Like, I feel so bad. Yeah, we need to get you here. And we need to have like a shopping day at Target where I only have to drive like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. If you go on Highway 50, you are north. South, you are closer to Kissimmee. Huh. So I'm north then. Am I north, Eric? I think I'm north. Guys, I don't know. How I drive is very much like my life. I look at pictures. And I look at like landmarks. I don't do the whole north, south, east, west. Look at the sun. Let it follow you. I have really gotten through my life on my memory. So like if I've seen it before and I'm like, oh, this looks familiar. I think I drove past here last time to get here. That's pretty much how I go through life. Well, and Surrey, GPS. That's not bad either. But I really never pay attention to like, am I north? Am I south? Am I right or left? I mean, I just kind of travel through. Anyways, guys, I hope that I helped you guys a little bit. It has been a crazy day. Don't even have my hair done. Threw myself together here. Wanted to be able to come on to chat with you guys and hopefully rest some of you assured with the schools. And we can always get more in depth with things too with the schools if we need to have another Friday talk. about the schools, I am completely open with doing that. Each week I'm just going to have a little bit of a, have little subjects on different things that, that I get from you guys, whether it's emails, whether it's questions, anything like that I'm seeing that there's a lot of need for, to kind of have a table talk and talk about it. I'm going to take each week. And we'll just talk about different things and kind of work through them together. And you guys can ask me any questions. And it doesn't always have to be about what, the topic is. We're a pretty open table here. We can talk about anything. But anyways, I think I'm caught up.
It's not the biggest ice cream in the world.
You gave me the smallest spoon in the world. Can you give me a big spoon for your big ice cream?
You know that Mr. Beast ate the biggest ice cream in the world.
Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
What doesn't Mr. Beast have that's bigger and better than everybody in the world? He ate the big
pizza.
A giant pizza?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, now I am full of ice cream. And thank you, Eric. I hope that you guys all have a great day and a great weekend and everybody stays healthy. Thank you so much, Duke. I appreciate it. I'm sorry to just jam jet so quickly. I'm just so afraid my phone's going to die on y'all. So next week, I will make sure that my phone is charging so that we don't have to worry about that. But anyways, Sullivan, staying right there, you want to do the outro with me? No. Do you want to say, I hope your day is full of sunshine? Can you say that?
Why?
Because hopefully it's a new phone next week. Yes, Rebel. Eric, did you hear that? They have spoken. The people have spoken. Next week, it needs to be with a new phone. I couldn't agree more. Thanks, as always. You're the best. Oh, you guys are the best.
Mom,
thank you so much, everybody.
Mr. Beast ate the biggest ice cream in the world, and it was a twisty.
He ate the biggest ice cream in the world, and it was twisty?
Yeah.
He gets everything. Didn't he eat steak with gold in it?
Yeah.
He gets everything. Well, you've heard it here, guys. Mr. Beast.
He ate golden ice cream. He ate golden ice cream.
Golden ice cream?
Yeah.
That's it. I'm going to go email Mr. Beast.
And
what do I got to do?
Golden pizza.
And golden pizza. All right, they're saying bye to you, Sally. Say bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. May your weekend be full of so much sunshine. I hope you all stay safe and healthy. And yeah, I'll see you next Friday. All right, bye. Say bye, Sally.